Good morning and welcome to the Dumpster Fire 4.0, part of AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I am Josh, and this is it, folks. This is the semester finale of the Dumpster Fire 4.0. But first of all, before I go ahead and get into the show here, I'd first like to apologize to every single person, no matter where you are, that has been listening to this show. The way that this show is going to begin and the way that this show is going to go is not what I originally had intended here for y'all. You all know this show is meant to be an escape. This show is meant to be entertainment. We are supposed to laugh, to have fun, to crack up, to forget about the madness of the world for a little bit and listen to our hijinks, not just my own hijinks, but the hijinks of all the guests that I bring on to this show. The original plan for this show, I was going to bring in guests. I was going to have Janice. I was going to have Noah. I was going to invite Riley, V, the whole cornucopia of guests that I've had on this show. And we were going to get up to our usuals, our shenanigans, our laughs, maybe try some funny food, maybe try some funny drinks. But as of this past weekend, all of that had to change. Thanks to some, quite honestly, absurd ruling by campus security, I cannot have anyone who is not a radio student in the station with me this last week of the semester. Why? This makes no sense. The guests that I have brought in here, I have trusted. They are friends of mine. So not only did this blow up everything in my face, but this also goes against how many of us that are actual radio students in this school got started. Two of my closest friends, fellow radio students, shout out to them both, Dax, Keon. Do you know how they got started? Dax was a guest of myself and the original V, because now there's two Vs. Dax was an original guest on the original incarnation of the Dumpster Fire. Dax liked this so much, they signed up and became a radio student. We co-hosted an entire semester and a half of the Dumpster Fire together, and it was incredible. Keon is a friend of Dax. Same scenario. Keon came in as a guest, liked it so much, they signed up for radio classes and they became radio students. There aren't very many of us, I'm not going to lie. Right now, our schedules don't interlap, so it's just me tonight. But we will still have an entertaining show here for you all. Hi, security, how you doing? This goes against everything that was planned. How I started on this show was exactly the way that Dax and Keon did. I was invited as a guest of another radio student. I was told to bring stuff in for a show that they were doing, to bring drinks, to bring snacks. I thought, okay. Then they were talking about a Nuggets game, the students who were on at that time. They asked me what I thought of it. I happened to watch that game the night before. I knew what I was talking about. And then I realized, you know what? I can do this. I already had the idea of being a radio host for some time, but that was really the thing that got me through it. Somebody inviting me in and saying, hey, do you want to do this? Maybe go on air and talk about it. So this whole new directive of only having radio students, that goes against the whole thing. That goes against the grain, really. Having guests helps us balance out our interview skills. Having guests gives us somebody to play off of, especially if it's somebody that we know we can feel more comfortable, especially starting out and saying, hey, my buddy's in there with me. I can talk with my friend all day. We just have to do it on air in front of a microphone. Really, this machine is working against us, and it's worked against me since day one. I had to fight like hell to get here. I had to go against myself to get into this program, to say, you know what, I'm going to take a leap on myself. My job didn't want to give me the time. I made them. People didn't believe in me, and some of them still don't, but I don't really care about them. I'm still here. The things that I have done to help this program. I've been here summer semester, fall semester. You can look it up. I'm here. I've brought guests in. I've created great content. I've helped run the Media Production Club. The things that I have done for this school. I've already made it to the top of the mountain twice. I've already graduated twice, and I'm going for that third one. I'm getting all the radio programs that are here. This is my home. My heart is in this station. I've gone to BEA for this school. I've gotten to make myself known, to intermingle, and not just that, spread the Ames name to some of the top bigwigs in this industry, not just radio, entertainment, production. They know our school's name. We've been out there. There are plaques that I'm currently looking at outside, right hanging on the window of this radio station. BEA plaques. We have won awards. People who came before me won awards. I am submitting things this year to BEA because those plaques are starting to look a little bit lonely. There's been a lot I've wanted to get off my chest about this. The amount of people that don't know that we have a radio program or even a communication media department. Why isn't this promoted? We have state-of-the-art equipment. We have top-notch instructors here. Even then, with some of the marketing, and we do get some, I'm not lost on that. Just this past weekend, I went to the theater. They showed a lovely Ames ad. I love the production values. They even gave us a shout out. But I noticed the one little thing, and I promise you, this is not sour grapes. I know the person in this commercial. Shout out to my boy Quinn. He taught me a lot when he was here. That's the thing. He was here. He graduated. He's not here. Why don't we have a current radio student on those promotions? It doesn't even have to be me, but at least somebody who's still enrolled here in classes. Why isn't this happening? We have some of the best instructors around. We have top-notch equipment. Literally, I'm looking right across the window right now of the station. I'm looking into the recording studios that we have back here, looking at that television studio. Some of that equipment, almost brand new, if not maybe just a year or so old, some of that equipment in there. It's worth more than I'm worth. I can tell you that much. The point is, and I promise you all, I still have a great entertaining show here for you all. I just had to get all of this off of my chest. Next semester, I'm not asking, I'm demanding. There has to be some kind of compromise to this. Fill out a waiver. If you're so worried about somebody damaging the equipment, have guests fill out a waiver, for crying out loud. And yes, normally I'm not this fired up about things like this, but this directly affects my show, the things that I do here to help people laugh, to help people enjoy themselves here. Not only that, the people that do listen to this show, I pride myself on creating the best show possible, regardless of whether it's one person listening or a million. They were expecting an entertaining show tonight. They were expecting to be more than just me, but thanks to this stupid ruling there, I'm allowed to say it. I'm not threatening anybody. I'm allowed to voice my opinions, and I'm voicing it. I think that this is stupid. I am asking for there to be a change here. I am demanding that there is a change here. If you're so worried about somebody coming in, fill out a waiver. Good Lord, not like we have to fill those out every day for everything else. And to everybody who has supported this show so far and continues to support this show in the future, I thank you all. I promise you, and they say, I get it. Josh, you have to adapt. Not everything can go your way sometimes. I get it. It's never gone my way my entire life. But now you're not just messing with what I do. Now you're messing with what people were expecting. You, by implementing this policy, you are potentially shutting the door on other students that may take an interest in this program and say, hey, I want to sign up. I want to learn how to do stuff on the radio. I want to learn how to run a board. Just 3 weeks ago, myself and Rex, shout out to Rex, by the way, we were here doing a recruitment event for high school students. Oh, they loved promoting it then. We literally had a professional photographer taking pictures and putting it on Ames Insta, being like, look at these students learning, look at these high school students learning about what they can do at Ames. Shocker when they find out that students who are enrolled in Ames, who pay thousands of dollars, who may not be in the radio program, can't even come in as a guest if they have a friend who's a radio student. How does that look? I'm just saying we need to take a good look in the mirror, and that policy, adapt it, add a waiver, I don't care. But this policy goes against trying to build this program, and that I'm not going to stand for. And I've staked my claim, and I have made it clear, and I promise you all, I have a great show here for you tonight. A lot has happened this week, and we are going to bring back the good energy, the good vibes, the happiness, the joy, just the unbridled, uncaged madness that is this dumpster fire. It will still end great. We will still have fun, but I do thank you all for listening, and I had to get that off my chest. This is Ames Student Radio, the way radio should be. When I'm back, we will have a weather update and more music, as well as talking about one of the most hyped trailers in gaming history. Enjoy. And welcome back to the Dumpster Fire 4.0, part of Ames Student Radio, the way radio should be. I'm Josh, and we are now going back to our regularly scheduled programming somewhat. First of all right, I promise y'all, I'm just going to break character one last time. After my little voicing of opinions, let's say, I just had a crowd of people that I've known, many of our fellow guests here on the show, as well as other friends of mine here at Ames, all came in. They came up right to the fishbowl, showed their support, the applause, the hugs. Wow, y'all are really making me get sappy on this radio show today. But I will say I'm genuinely touched by the showing of support. I appreciate it. I'm going to remember that moment right there, that little 10-minute moment right there of all of us just taking pictures right there. I'm probably going to remember that the rest of my life now. I appreciate you all that came and did that right now so much. I love you all. That's why I do the things that I do. And I mean, yeah, there's probably some caffeine and some Mountain Dew and hot Cheetos in there too. But anywho's, time for our main. Okay, I promise y'all, it's my emotions are a whirlwind right now, but I'm gonna make it through because that's what I do here for y'all. The main segment of the show here today, the most anticipated trailer, arguably, and at the very least, the last 12 years, has finally arrived. Let me go ahead and paraphrase, or let me go ahead and frame it here for you. In 2011, we got our first ever look at Grand Theft Auto 5. In 2013, the game was finally released. A game that easily put such a high pedestal on what an open world game can be. One of the biggest games of all time. So much so, they literally released it for 3 generations of consoles. GTA Online, still to this day, is a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. The amount of money, and the amount of time people spend just on GTA Online is still absolutely absurd up until now. But we've been waiting and waiting and waiting for 10 years. When are we going to get GTA 6? We knew Rockstar was working on it. There had been numerous leaks. There had been numerous fake release dates. There had been numerous just leaks aplenty about what the game could be, from speculation ranging. You had an entire spectrum of speculation regarding the game, whereas all people said, oh, it's going to be all the maps put together. Oh, it's going to be Vice City. Oh, it's going to be Liberty City again. Oh, they're going to do it in London, because little known fact, the original Grand Theft Auto games were in London. Or my apologies, at least one of the expansion packs was in London, so they haven't touched it in a very long time. Let me go ahead and backtrack. This morning, we were supposed to get, after years and years of anticipation, the official trailer from Rockstar Games. They even had a countdown page on YouTube, the whole 9 yards. But then last night at about 4 o'clock our time here, someone leaked it. Yeah. But that particular version of the trailer wasn't the best quality. So rather than issuing takedown notices and trying to block everybody from seeing the trailer, because at that point it was already out, Rockstar said, nah, here's the real thing. Uploaded the trailer. It is finally here. We have finally seen Grand Theft Auto 6. It is returning to Vice City, an iconic city in the franchise. And it's an updated version, and it looks like they are delving in hardcore into like modern Florida, whereas the original Vice City was basically Scarface without Al Pacino. The amount of graphical detail is just absolutely insane. It looks like the story is going to be, for the first time, the first female protagonist in the GTA series. It looks like we're getting kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde style story, which actually looks really cool. But the fact of the matter is, it's actually here. It's no longer a myth. We're finally getting Grand Theft Auto 6. And they gave us a target year, not a specific date, because my guess is that could change, because Rockstar... And here's the thing about Rockstar that we can't forget, even though they can be infuriating at times, they will not release a mainline Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption game until it's flawless. Until on a technical and visual level, they've ironed out all the bugs. They refuse. They don't care how much people beg, kick, and plead. They will not release it until it's ready. It will be released in 2025 for PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. A lot of speculation wondering, wait, where's PC? But guess what? This is par for the course for Rockstar. GTA 4 didn't get a PC release until years later, when that one was flawless. GTA 5, same thing. It didn't get a PC release until later on down the line. I expect GTA 6 will have a PC launch, but it's not going to be a day one launch. It's just par for the course for what Rockstar does. They release very few games day one on PC and consoles. It's just not really how they operate. But I seriously cannot wait. It was worth the wait. I will say that little 90+ second trailer was so worth the wait. And also now, Love is a Long Road by Tom Petty. Ooh, that song's about to skyrocket in popularity now, isn't it? I know I've already listened to it just a few times just since the trailer came out because I knew of the song, but now it's just in a whole other light for me. It's going to join just the pantheon of iconic Grand Theft Auto music, or how do I say this? Music that was already iconic, that got even more iconic because of its inclusion in GTA. It's going to be incredible. Something tells me I'm probably going to have to buy just a hard drive just for that game because, good Lord, that's going to take up so much space, but it's going to be so worth it. I was actually talking to a friend of mine last night. Little fun fact, he's a coworker with me at my day job. He was at the perfect age when GTA 5 came out that he could buy it on his own because they're rated M games. I was on my off block, and hi Grant, I hope you're not mad that I'm like telling your story here, mate, but the day it came out, but also it was 10 years ago, so they can't really do anything. I was on my off block. Grant actually ditched class, and I went with him to Game Factor over here by Greeley West. It's like a used video game store, but occasionally they get new ones because GameStop and all the other stores were sold out of Grand Theft Auto 5. He paid $80 for it because they had to overnight a few copies, but he got the game that day it came out. That is like an iconic memory for me. And we were actually talking about that. We're like, whoa, it's like 10 years ago all over again. It's like, yeah, but now, we're working, real jobs and we're almost 30 and he still has a full head of hair and I'm bald. So how time flies, but it's just going to be an iconic moment. And now it's like, what's the next iconic moment going to be like when the game comes out? Because that thing, we already know it's going to sell a bazillion copies day one. I can't wait. I hope we get more trailers soon. More than likely when the Game Awards airs on Thursday, we are probably going to get the trailer again because, hello, everybody's going to be watching the Game Awards. I'm just saying. But I will let it go ahead and get back to the music. Actually, no, let me remember the weather. Whew. I tell y'all, folks, this is going to be a very dumpster fiery show. You saw that in the beginning. You saw that with this next segment. Since this is the semester finale for the Dumpster Fire, it's just par for the course to go, 10 times crazier than usual. It's just what we do. And now if this computer will finish loading up. Hello, Ames ad. Ooh, I just went on a little tangent about those, didn't I? Let's see here, folks. I apologize, y'all. Currently in Fort Lupton, we're looking at 59 degrees. Or, my apologies, 53 degrees, a high of 59, a low of 28, sunny skies, wind gusts. Oh, no wind. Hey, luckies. Currently in Loveland, we're looking at 41 degrees, a high of 57, a low of 31, sunny skies, wind gusts of up to 3 miles per hour. Currently in Windsor, we're looking at 38 degrees. Ooh, they are cold out there. High of 54, a low of 25, sunny skies, no wind. And on the home campus of Greeley, we are looking at 47 degrees, a high of 55, a low of 25, wind gusts of up to 4 miles per hour, and sunny skies. And I will go ahead and let it get back, y'all, here to the music. Up next, we got the final countdown by Europe. When we come back, we will be talking about the Game Awards 2 days away. The biggest Game Awards arguably ever, the most stacked lineup of games being nominated arguably ever. Stay tuned. And welcome back to the Dumpster Fire 4.0, part of AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I am Josh. Now we're moving into the second hour of the Dumpster Fire 4.0 here on AIM Student Radio. Ooh, after quite a adventurous first hour, now we'll go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes of this show. Speaking of meat and potatoes, I am starving right now, but that's not the point here. This Thursday, we are getting so close. The Game Awards. It's finally here, live from the Peacock Theater in LA. Your host, you know him, you love him, Jeff Keighley. He'll be back. This is the 10th annual Game Awards, and every year, this ceremony just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Not only do us gamers tune in to see, the nominees, because most of the time, most of the nominees are games that we played and games that we loved. We, as fans, get to vote. That is one of the coolest things about the Game Awards. It's not like other awards ceremonies where, you have your secret ballots and your secret committees. No. Here, we, the fans, we are the ones who get to vote. We get to decide what we thought was the best game, what had the best soundtrack, what had the best score. The list is a mile long. But not only do we watch to see if our favorite nominees won, if our favorite games won, we also watch to see all the premieres. And this even starts when they do the pre-show, when it's literally the pre-show, their red carpet event, when, all the famous, if there were famous actors in the game, they go and interview them, all the famous developers, famous composers, famous, anybody who's anybody in gaming is at the Game Awards. Even during the pre-show, they unveil so many world premiere trailers. They do an interview, world premiere trailer, another interview, world premiere trailer. Just trailers up the wazoo. And oftentimes, these are huge, huge trailers. We get reveal trailers for brand new games that are going to be coming out soon. We get updated trailers, perhaps games that have a release date. We get these at the Game Awards. If a really popular game is going to get a piece of DLC that people are waiting for, they show it there. If a game is going to get a remaster, they show it there. Truly, the Game Awards is becoming the epicenter of the gaming universe at the end of every year. And I absolutely love watching it every year. I will sit there all 3 hours that the ceremony lasts. Sometimes I'll even watch all of the pre-show, so that's like 4 hours just to catch all the trailers. And it's just so much fun. I absolutely love it. And we're finally at that time of year again. However, last year's event ended on quite the memorable note when this prankster, not going to give his name any credit, but this prankster somehow managed to get up on stage with the developers of Elden Ring after Elden Ring won Game of the Year, and they gave all of their speeches. And he took the microphone, said one of the most absolutely absurd, it wasn't even profane or obscene like you would think most people would do if they crash an award show. No, just something utterly bizarre, thanking, and I quote, newly reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. No one knows what this means. And yes, he did get arrested, he did get banned, but the fact of the matter is that kid became a legend in just about 20 seconds. Jeff Keighley has said that there are quote-unquote super secret security measures in place to avoid such stage intrusions, because a big part of the Game Awards is you have a lot of the nominees and a bunch of the developers sitting in the crowd close to the stage, so when they win, kind of like what they do at the Oscars or the Grammys, they can just walk up stage, do their speech, get their award, and sit back down. They've already said super secret security measures are in place. I mean, honestly, I can't tell you what they are. They're super secret. So theoretically, that should help prevent another intrusion. Earlier this year at Gamescom with the Summer Games Showcase, poor Jeff Keighley got subject to another intrusion when somebody stormed the stage and started demanding information on GTA 6, which we finally got, just tying it back. We finally got the trailer. We know the game exists, and we know we're getting it in 2025. I simply just cannot wait for this. I've obviously stated it. I myself, I'm not afraid to admit it, I voted for Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom to win Game of the Year. I feel that it is going to be a battle between Tears of the Kingdom as well as Baldur's Gate 3, because that is such a game changer in the world of what an RPG can be. Just the amount of customization and just the amount of things you can do in this game is just absurd. We're finally getting a Xbox release of Baldur's Gate 3 as well. We are getting physical editions for Xbox and PS5. It's a deluxe edition actually made by Larian Studios, and it looks immaculate. I kind of want one for myself, honestly. Oh, excuse me. But it's just going to be absolutely great. And see, this is where having guests would have been incredible. Why? Because I could have very easily bounced off of my guests and be like, oh, hey, what do you think is going to win Game of the Year? What do you, right there. See, this is why it's awesome to have guests, folks. And not just folks, this is why it's awesome to have guest security. But I digress. I will go ahead and let it get back to the music here on AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. Up next, we got Stressed Out by 21 Pilots. Enjoy. And we are back on the Dumpster Fire 4.0, part of AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I'm Josh, and it's now finally just time for our final segment here of the show today. Final show of the semester as well. Don't you worry, I'll be back next semester. This ride continues until the wheels fall off, so you don't have to worry about me going anywhere. Like I said at the beginning of the show, my heart is in this station. I'm here because I love this, and I want to see this program get bigger and succeed. And if that means I gotta step toe-to-toe and use my voice, then I gladly will. I have no problem with that whatsoever. But now just time for our final segment here. In our lovely city of Greeley, Evans, just this whole surrounding area, this northern Colorado area, right now, downtown Greeley has really stepped it up with their holiday, not just the holiday lights downtown, but just a lot of the small businesses that are coming in and taking part in these festivities. Just this past Saturday, downtown Greeley, we had the Holiday Lane downtown. Multiple businesses and vendors set up floats, almost like the Parade of Lights, but none of the floats actually moved. to get their word out, to get their name out. It was actually really incredible, honestly. What I am asking, please support these small businesses. This is the first year that Greeley has really stepped it up to this kind of scale with doing the holiday lanes, putting up more lights downtown at Lincoln Park than I've ever seen before, and I've been there a lot. They went above and beyond this year. Show your support to these small businesses. A bunch of these are just mom and pop shops. I know the owners of a few of them. Every dollar counts. They do great things as well for the community. It's only fair that we show support back. You don't have to buy, even just buying something small from them, showing support, or even shouting them out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever it's called, Snapchat. We have so many social medias now these days. It's not even funny. Even just that, getting their name out there helps them out tremendously. Also, getting involved here in your school. Ames is an incredible place where you get many incredible opportunities. This semester is ending, and as well to everybody that's about to graduate here, congratulations to you all. Soak up every moment. I know I certainly did when it was my turn, and don't worry, I'll be back. Enjoy every moment of it, but also if you are coming back, get involved. This is coming out of me. Okay, well, hey, it's a dumpster fire. There's so many clubs and organizations here for you to get involved in, like the Medium Production Club. Shameless plug. But even that, there's so many clubs, even just depending on your area of study. Look around. Go on Campus Connect. There are so many clubs and organizations, it's not even funny. I'm willing to bet that there is a club out there for you, but get involved. Help grow this incredible community. There are so many resources here at Ames, and we as students are allowed to take advantage of them. We get involved. We can make incredible things happen here at Ames. What can I say? I love this place. I love this building. I love this radio station. I love walking around campus. I love going in the student commons. I love just the environment here, and that's why I don't really plan on leaving anytime soon. Like, this is a place for me. I've said it before on this show. I tried doing a 4-year school. It didn't work for me. This works for me, and it's close to my house. I can go on my schedule because I do have to work full time to make everything happen. I've met amazing friends here, and I thank you all once again that came out here and showed support right after my opening segment. Like I said, I'm going to remember that kind of moment just for the rest of my life. To every single one of you, I love you all. Like, those pictures, I finally just got them. Shout out to Steph also for taking those pictures. I'm going to just cherish that little 10-minute period there. I'm just going to cherish that probably the rest of my life. And I thank you all so much for listening here, there, wherever you are. We will be back. So next semester, as is tradition, every semester we change the number on the dumpster fire. This semester was the dumpster fire 4.0. Next semester will be the dumpster fire 4.1. Bigger, more dumpster fiery than ever before. It will be incredible. I can't wait to see just kind of what kind of ideas I come up with while I'm on break. But it's going to be just absolutely chaotic. I thank you all so much for listening. I will let it get back to the music. Enjoy the rest of your semesters. Pass all your finals. If you're graduating, congratulations. Walk across that stage. Soak up every moment of it. I promise you, you won't regret it. This is Ames Student Radio, the way radio should be. This was the dumpster fire. We'll be back in January, and you were all warned. Enjoy.